Hello everybody, welcome to Say It Right, an emergency program which will make your language skills stronger. Do you feel like you are stuck in a rut with English? Do you want to switch your boring books for some more practical learning? Then today is your day, because I'm here to help you do just that. I'm Anne-Marie, your language nurse, and I'm here to turn your English woes into English wows. Let's take a look at what we will discuss today. How to change your English with one quick switch. What apples in your eyes and skin on your teeth can do to change your English knowledge. Why the name John Doe became so popular, though not one John Doe really exists. Okay, are you ready for some unexpected changes? Then let's take a pill of knowledge. You already know that there are quite enough English words which sound different, but have identical meanings. It can puzzle almost anybody. All right, let's see. I don't know. Get ready. Ha! Perfect. Some of these words are change and switch. When they are used as nouns, it is clear how they differ. A change is the act of becoming different, while switch is a device by which we can turn on or off the lights, like this. As verbs, these two are very close in meaning. The verb to change means to become different in some way, to replace something with something of a similar kind. The verb to switch means to change suddenly to a different task or activity from what you were doing before. The verb switch is simply more dramatic than change. Let's take a look at some phrases we use exclusively with change. For example, I need to change my clothes before the party. My life has changed so much in the last few years. I hope the bank can change my $100 bill for smaller ones. I have changed my mind about which medicine to prescribe. Can we change the subject? I hate talking about politics. Remember, these phrases cannot be replaced with the verb switch. As for the verb switch, most of the time it can be substituted with change. But in this case, your words won't have such a strong meaning. For example, I wanted a new atmosphere, so I decided to switch jobs. In the bus, I switched places with the woman so she could sit next to her husband. The switch to the euro caused a rise in prices of many goods and services in the European Union. Again, all these can be used with change, but with a softer meaning. I hope you understood and memorized some of these phrases. They will certainly help you in any change of heart you may have, or if you need to switch jobs. That sure was a lot of information, so let's change the subject and make a switch to idioms. You know that many idioms have some connection to history, but often the oldest and most well-known are from one of the most read books of all time. No, silly, it's not Harry Potter. It's the Bible. So today we're going to have a quick trip into this wise book in search of ancient idioms. The first idiom is to turn the other cheek. According to the Bible, Jesus told his followers to love their enemies and offer the other cheek to those who have struck one cheek. The phrase, to turn the other cheek, means to deliberately avoid reacting in an angry or violent way when someone has hurt you. It is a tough thing to do, but I was taught to turn the other cheek to mean people, and it has always been the right choice. Now, fruit is often mentioned in the Bible, but most commonly the apple. Let's look at one of these idioms, especially because it talks about someone we love dearly. If you are the apple of one's eye, it means you are their favorite or most loved. This term rests on the ancient idea that the eye's pupil is apple-shaped. At that time, sight was very precious, as it was really hard for a blind person to survive. That's why they said about their beloved one that he or she is as precious as the apple of their eye. For example, Isabel is the apple of her mother's eye. She is their only child and they cherish her dearly. It seems strange that we would have skin on our teeth, but the next idiom says just that. The idiom, by the skin of your teeth, comes from the book of Job, the Old Testament. Telling about his troubles, Job said that he hardly survived, lost his wealth, relatives, and health, and that he escaped with the skin of his teeth, meaning with nothing more. But today we use this expression when talking about something that you just barely succeed in doing, despite numerous obstacles and unfavorable circumstances. For example, Mary was sure that she would be late for the plane due to a traffic jam, but she got there on time by the skin of her teeth. I don't know about you, but I feel very wise after such a historical lesson. So let's take a break and relax a bit with some meditation. It's time for meditation. Get ready, sit back and relax. You have no worries. The court calls John Doe to the stand. Who is this man, John Doe, that I've been hearing so much about? Why is he so popular? Actually, John Doe is not a real person. John Doe is not a name, but a legal term. This is how they identify plaintiffs who take part in a trial and prefer their name to be kept secret. It's interesting that if the plaintiff is a woman, she is called Jane Doe. A child is given the name Baby Doe. These names are used not only in jurisprudence. The names John and Jane Doe are often used by the police to fill out the records of evidence for unidentified persons, criminals or victims. It works in the same way for medical workers who register unidentified patients under the last name Joe. Nowadays, the name John Doe is often used by the mass media to identify a character whose personality or real name is not that important. Now you know who John Doe is, and hopefully you'll never be called by his name, John Doe. Well, that's it for today. You're looking great, but let's check the state of your linguistic health just to be sure. I want to see how you're doing. Okay, let's see. I can see a real change in your vocabulary health. You completely understand the difference between change and switch. Great work. Next. Yep, you know the history of such Bible idioms like by the skin of your teeth, the apple of one's eye, and to turn the other cheek. Super. And last, John Doe is no longer a mystery for you because you know why his name is used so often. Amazing. As always, I'm impressed. Your English health is better than ever. Keep up the good work and you'll be an English expert in no time. But remember, my language pills are only a quick remedy for your English woes, not a panacea from all illnesses. This was Anne-Marie, your personal language nurse, and you watched Say It Right. May your English be clean and healthy.